Welcome back to the Typhoon Tournament Expert Division Weekend Round, hole number 4. Here we're setting up for a Goliath rough bump using a Kingmaker, APOC 5 plus, Goliath 7 plus. So the adjustment for the drive is P3 plus 10% max. We're doing 2 top spin, 3 right spin. At P3 max rest, APOC 5 and 6, you'll have 2/3 of the white ring in the left rough. APOC 7, 1/3 of the white ring in the left rough. And APOC 8, white ring touching the left rough. And that's at P3 max rest. Adjust P3 plus 10%. There's some different wind angles we can get here. You'll find sometimes you'll pull down plus yards, sometimes you'll pull right along the max line, and sometimes you'll pull into overpower. It's just one of those wind angles. So with that being said, you can get different rollouts here. And for that reason, we're having to count rings for our approach instead of doing drive yards to slider, because we're not, the drive is not consistent enough. We're playing it full overpower, no curl on the drive. Greats are safe, but what I'll tell you about a great ball on the drive is it's going to change the spin set you need for the approach. Now, the elevation still stays the same, but you'll most likely you will have to play around with the spins on the approach if you hit greats. Either side, they're safe. You can still reach the green, no problem, but spins for the approach will definitely change with greats on the drive. So the approach shot plays P3 minus 5% at slider. P3 minus 5 at slider. We're counting rings from min. All right. My base spin set is 5 top spin, 0.5 right spin. With a perfect drive, that's always gotten me close, and I've just needed to make minor tweaks from there. So what I'm going to do is find min. I'm going to add my spins, my base spins, 5 top, 0.5 right. Then I'm going to push up until the green ring, the top of the green ring is touching the fairway, and the ball guide is going through the center of the cup. From there, I'm going to re-spin it to where the tip of the ball guide is just touching the front of the cup. Now here, you see my ball guide is a little bit glitchy. So I find the spot, there's a little bit of a sticky spot right around where we're at, and then just re-spin it to where the tip of the ball guide is just touching the front of the hole. You don't want it going through the hole. So there's definitely some major wind angle that you need to deal with on this approach. As you can see here, my center line is almost touching this rock. I've seen wind angles in this rock all the way over here, and then all the way also over here. So, and everything in between. This is what I'll tell you. I broke this down into 3 major wind angles, and then one is like the heavy headwind angle that I just seen when I played it live. So most of the time I'm in this area here. All right. And so this will be headwind, this will be crosswind, and this will be tailwind. Right? Over here, if you're left of this, that's the heavy headwind. All right. I just got that first time I seen it playing it live. All right. If you're in the tailwind, you need 1 click of overpower. If you're in the crosswind, there's no change. If you're in the headwind, you need 2 clicks of underpower. And here's where you really got to pay attention, because the heavy headwind needs 2 clicks of overpower. So headwind, 2 clicks of underpower. Heavy headwind, 2 clicks of overpower. The reason for that is we're getting much more wind push with so in a headwind, you're going to pull up and onto the fringe or fairway right there, somewhere in that general vicinity. And so you're pulling more uphill than the wind is pushing you back. That's why you need to add 2 clicks of underpower. In the heavy headwind, you're pulling way up onto the green. And now you're getting way more wind push down, and the amount you pull up the hill doesn't make up for it, so you need to add overpower. So it's a little tricky. All right. Tailwind, 1 click of underpower. I'm sorry, 1 click of overpower. Crosswind, nothing. Headwind, 2 clicks of underpower. Heavy headwind, 2 clicks of overpower. Got it? All right. If you can just practice this one a couple times, get familiar with the pull here. Get familiar with having to respin. Really good chance at a drop here. I've been, with perfect shots, I've been dropping this more than missing it. So it is a good chance at a drop. Just going to have to pay attention to the different wind angles, as they are severe changes, and they definitely require some minor tweaks to get the drop. So I had the tailwind here. I gave it 1 click of overpower, and it comes in very nice. So practice this one, get used to it. You may almost definitely probably going to have to respin it, but use the base spins to get you close. Count your rings from min. With a Goliath 9, 4 rings is 10%, 5 is 12, 6 is 15, 7 is 17, 8 is 20, 9 rings from min is 22, 10 is 24, 11 is 27% slider, 12 is 30% slider, 13 is 33, 14 is 35, 15, 38, 16, 41, 17 is 44. With Goliath 7 and 8, 5 is 13, 6 is 15, 7 is 18, 8 is 20, 9, 23, 10 is 25, 11 is 28, 12 is 31, 13 rings from min is 34% slider, 14 is 37, 15 is 40, 16 is 42, 17 is 45. One other thing to note is, if I haven't thrown enough information at you, if you are counting rings for min and you are between 10 and 15 rings for min, then you need to offset the tip of your ball guide to the right center of the cup. And if you are 16 or more rings from min, then you will need to offset the tip of the ball guide just outside the right edge of the cup. Because you're further in club, you're going to get an increased amount of wind push. And if you don't offset it, you will miss left. All right? So practice. Good luck. Hope you get the drop. We'll see you on the next hole.